Okay, and this is part two of the Indiana versus Ohio State game. Um, they gave me more time to record on this one. I don't get it. Maybe I went and deleted some prior videos off of my because I'm recording from my actual phone. Um, the last one they only gave me like 4 minutes, I think, to actually record. But getting back into the game, we spoke about the Ohio State passing game, going to the rushing game. Where, like I said, I was questioning why Curtis Samuel didn't get his first touch until like midway through the second quarter, and also the over. I mean, I know it's like Urban Meyer's safety or security blanket, running J.T. Barrett, but we don't want him carrying the ball 20 some odd times a game. That doesn't bode well for his health, for the rest of the season. You don't want your quarterback getting hit that much. Um, I thought Mike Weber ran pretty hard this game. I felt like the Indiana defense did a pretty good job of actually stopping that inside run game, which is really the staple of the entire Ohio State offense is that power running game. They were able to hit some things on the outside. Curtis Samuel, I think he averaged like 8 yards a carry, but they only got like 9 carries in the game. Which no catches. I don't think so. That's got to change. Because he's pretty much our top playmaker. I feel like he needs to touch the ball at least 15 to 20 times a game. And another thing that was apparent to me is we didn't have a lot of variety in the run game this week. I mean, they did a lot of the read option, more so doing like the veer read option where he's, doing the fake, the read to one side with the running back and then more running, you know, in towards the middle of the field instead of, to the opposite side of whichever way he was reading the running back. Um, and we didn't see any of the jet sweep action that we usually see, whether it's a jet sweep, fake, hand up the middle or, fake handoff up the middle, jet sweep, we didn't see a lot of that, which I saw Ohio State got really creative with the running game last week where they were running some misdirection and this and that, but I didn't get to see a lot of variety this game. I don't know if they got kind of, you know, I don't know. Our play calling, whenever it's like, oh, okay, we can't do what we want on offense, our play calling kind of gets really restricted. And, you like to see the fluidity and the creativity that you saw in previous weeks with the running game. But, got 200 some odd yards. I think Mike Weber had about 70 some odd yards rushing. Um, like I said, I thought he ran hard, like he does every week, but I think they did a really good job of stopping that inside running game. Um, Now I can move on to the defense. The defense, they actually played a really good game, I believe. For people to not think that they were going to allow, Indiana to score some touchdowns is it's not realistic, because I think even through this time, even though they've allowed 2 touchdowns, I think they're tied. The defense has scored as many touchdowns as they've allowed. I think it's 4, 4, and 4, both sides. Um, Now they did have a pick six at the end of the game. Malik Hooker, first, put him on your first team All American ballot. I think that's his fourth pick of the year. The second, it would have been his second return for a touchdown, but they called it back on blocking below the belt or low block or whatever the heck that call is. I don't understand. Like I don't know what the rule is on the block below the waist. I don't look like a clean block to me, but apparently you can't do that anymore. I don't know, but yeah, he's nice. That's an All American at safety. The defense played really good. I thought that if you got to see any of the highlights, well, not the highlights, but if you got watching any of the game, um, Jerome Baker, he the way he's playing, um, I don't think that I forget the linebacker's name, Booker. I don't think that Booker is gonna be get back to his starting position the way that Baker has played this year. Booker had the like an MCL sprain or something like that. That's kept him out a few games here, and I just the way that Baker's playing. I don't think that he's going to get his job back. He may get some partial time, be able to split a couple reps with him, but Baker's playing like out of his mind. Like like I don't see how you can take him off the field full time. You know what I mean? The speed, the aggression, the instincts. I think he ended up with 11 tackles this game. I don't think you can just put somebody else in after he had the pick six against Oklahoma, and he's looked like first teamer ever since he got onto the first team defense due to the injury. Marshawn Lattimore, you can put him in that All American category as well. Where I'm starting to see now where people don't really throw his way. The few times they did, he got the one pass interference call, but I felt like that was kind of garbage. I felt like that was really good coverage. But yeah, just don't pass it around number two. Don't pass it around with what's Hooker's number 24. Don't pass it around him. Like it's nice to see, you know what I mean, those young guys that we had questions about, to see them kind of take off to where they're kind of like top players at their position in the conference, and they even maybe in America. So like I said, I felt like the defense played a really good game. They allowed some, yards here and there. I think Indiana had 99 yards rushing. Shout out to Divine Redding. He's a really good running back. I think he'd be good in the pros as well. Big. I think 230 some odd pounds. He got his little runs here and there, but I think he only averaged like 3.5 a carry or something like that. But the defense, like I said, as a whole, played really good. And special teams wise, we almost had a kick return for a touchdown. Almost. Paris Campbell took about 91 yards, got it to like the 5-yard line on our side. We almost had a kick return. I think that would have been like the first kick return for a touchdown in the Urban Meyer era. I think we had punt return for a touchdown, but we haven't had a kick return for a touchdown in I don't know how long it feels like. But that is pretty much my time for the day. Like I said, we look forward to next week playing Wisconsin. Game day is actually going to be in Wisconsin next week, playing the number 11 Badgers there. I think they may be rated higher by the